Kuzu Zangpo and a very warm welcome to Bhutan This Week. With me, Namgye Wongchuk. Our top stories. High Court sentenced Chang Uge to 3 years non-compoundable imprisonment. Lunchi now has the world's largest Guru statue made of bronze. And Bhutan launched the Royal Bhutan helicopter services. The High Court sentenced Chang Uge to 3 years non-compoundable imprisonment. The Office of the Attorney General appealed the High Court after the District Court sentenced him to 2 years 6 months compoundable imprisonment. The OAG said the verdict of the trial court was not proportionate to the degree of crime committed. Chang Uge was charged for tampering thumb during his tenure as a GUP from 1987 to 1989. He supposedly tampered the thumb to increase his land holdings in Lubding and Omkha in Thimphu. He is currently under the custody of police. He can, however, appeal to the Supreme Court. The world's largest Guru statue made of bronze was consecrated on Tuesday in Lunchi. Coinciding with the descending day of Lord Buddha, His Royal Highness Gyatso Jimmy Doji Wangchu graced the consecration ceremony of the newly built Guru Nangsi Zonlin statue at Takila. His Royal Highness the Gyatso was accompanied by Her Royal Highnesses Aji Yitzol Hamo.
Toglung Tsetul Rinpoche and Tujumya Sitinji Shituji presided over the consecration ceremony. The program included Rabne Tendre Sungche and ceremonial circumambulation of the newly built statue. Led by Khenpo Karpo, Druk Odiana Foundation and Dzongkhag officials offered Kusutugi Mende to His Royal Highness the Gyatso. The whole function was dedicated to the 60th birth anniversary of His Majesty the 4th Dugelpo. Prime Minister Tringtopge was also at the ceremony along with over 5,000 devotees. Druk Odiana Foundation, the statue construction project initiated by Khenpo Karpo, constructed the statue. The construction of the 157 feet Guru statue, which is equivalent to 17-storied building, started in 2007 and was completed last month. The statue was constructed at a cost of over 655 million yutam.
The Guru statue is constructed for world peace in general and for the peace and prosperity of our country in particular. The statue has been constructed as per the prophecy and not on my wish. Jameng Khyentse Wangpo made the prophecy for the benefit of all sentient beings.
Besides the gigantic Guru statue, the project has also constructed 8 chutes around the statue, hostel and academic blocks for over 300 monks and residence and retreat houses. The giant statue houses 3 temples. The statue also contains 100,000 Guru Deva statues, Buddhist scriptures and numerous relics. Compiled for Pimanamge in Hlinsi, Sonamugen, BBS News.
It was history in the making for the aviation industry in Bhutan with launch of the Royal Bhutan helicopter services. The launch was in commemoration of the 60th birth anniversary of His Majesty the 4th Dugelpo. The helicopter, an Airbus H-130 adorned with the national flag, was bought for 240 million yutam. It can accommodate up to 7 passengers. The helicopter will be used for search and rescue, air medical evacuations, firefighting and transport of VIPs and government officials. The service would be also open to businesses like ferrying private passengers and tourists and transportation of cargoes. The second helicopter is expected to arrive in the country next year. From around 10 breast cancer cases recorded at the National Referral Hospital last year, the number has doubled this time. Breast cancer starts with abnormal growth of breast cells and spreads to other parts of the body.
Chandra Gale, a teacher by profession, is suffering from breast cancer. She was detected with the disease last year and is currently undergoing chemotherapy.
When I was having baby. That time I had a boil here in the breast, at the back boil. When I had second baby, then the boil hurts me for 3 months. Then the boil was stopped. Then last year, 2014, I got that cancer due to that boil. Then at the same spot, I got that tumor.
In the course of the treatment, she was detected of having a tumor in the abdomen. Like her, there are more than 20 breast cancer patients being treated at the National Referral Hospital. Dr. Ugin Somo, a gynecologist, said compared to the past, there is an increase in breast cancer cases because women are more aware of the disease and its risks, so they come forward for medical examination. Advanced medical facilities have also helped in detection of such cases.
99% of breast cancers are seen in women. Then not having children, what we call nulliparity, and then early age at menarche, at starting menstruation, then late menopause. Then if you have children after age of 30 years, and then after the menopause, some women take hormones. So if you take that hormone for a long time, it's also a risk factor. And then if you have no exercise and taking fatty diet, then alcohol consumption, these are risk factors for breast cancer.
She added that self-examination of breasts every month can help detect and diagnose breast cancers early. Meanwhile, to further increase awareness of breast cancer, the Health Ministry is also observing Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which started on Thursday. Sringzam, BBS News.
The Education Ministry has decided to relocate the Central School of Norbugang Geok in Samtsi to Tashicholing Dungkhak. This sudden change in the plan has left the community of Norbugang disappointed.
When the news came that the new central school will be relocated elsewhere, people of Norbugang were perplexed. As they started to gather formally and tried to find reasons what could have gone wrong, it turned into disappointment since there were no clear-cut answers.
Tindi machabi nyamara te ngaji nale te posu nale poi se menti ngaji namsim simsila yan te ngaji nagi okda mise gyogi mise su.
We are upset by their sudden decision to relocate the school. Firstly, the Education Ministry didn't find it necessary to discuss with the Geok and the people here. Secondly, there is no clear information as to why did they have to move the school to elsewhere.
Te mijelempo yan mabana majen se sunila dadi majemna do te yan ta gagi nalati gadebi nalati te dato change ngaji ni mishela.
यो कुरा सुन्दा हामीले एकदम राम्रो लागेर चाहिँ आज हामीहरु सबै अलिकति यहाँ गेओकमा फेरि रिडिस्कसन गर्न लागि आएको.
We felt let down by this news. We wanted to question the government. Why did they have to stop this particular project? Why is that we aren't getting the school? What could be the reason? These are the few things we expect them to answer.
भने एउटा हामीलाई एउटा एकदम मनको यो नलागेर चाहिँ सोध्नु भएको कारण चाहिँ त्यस्तो होला.
The news of relocation started doing rounds when people heard the works at the 22-acre site have been stopped after the contractor through telephone from the ministry was told about the change in plan. However, there was no exchange in writings or communication between the ministry and the Geok about this decision. It was only after people started gathering and demanded the explanation the Geok office came to know about the relocation.
Even the
Geok didn't know about the school relocation. We didn't get any writing from the concerned authority. The people came to know from the contractor at the site who told them that they have been asked to stop the work since they will relocate the central school to Peljoling.
What is more appalling, according to the people, was the ministry's last-minute decision to relocate the school project, despite signing a contract agreement and work order given to the construction company for the project.
Around 5 to 600 people of this Kyo contributed the labor in clearing the areas which were covered with thick bushes. We managed to do that in 2 days without caring the cuts and bites we endured. Some of us even fell sick. We didn't care because we were happy the school was coming to our Kyo. But after learning they were shelving off the project, we are totally broken.
The new school would not just benefit this Kyok, it would have benefited the Samsi Zongkak as a whole because we have a perfect location here. There is easy access to water sources and it is only about 30 kilometers to the nearest Indian border. That's why we wanted to have the school built here only.
halam kilometer sumchi de chigi sagona benedigi tenam seme jatab lesham yobale ten tanga che nara thopjibara kari chango je shunebin
ta school de da inse da egminzo tele karawako suna.
If the government could overturn the decision which took many years of dialogue and process to bring this school here within a few days, it is hard for us even to trust the government if they cannot stand onto their own words.
Kadibi anisum ngachigi de chasha sunisi ngachigi misigi samchedi anibi nomida.
People found it necessary to seek clarification first from their representative, the Minister of Information and Communications, through the use of virtual Zoomdo. A meeting that lasted over 20 minutes resulted only in dismay when people could not get a clear answer about what prompted this decision. The MOIC minister said he will discuss the matter with concerned officials and get back to people. Meanwhile, officials from Education Ministry made a site visit to Peljuling School in Tashicholing Dungkak on Thursday, where the relocation, as per the people, will take place. The 130 million Newton Nobugang Middle Secondary School is a Government of India funded project whose work order and contract agreement were given in August this year. Compiled for Sonam Funso in Samsi, Pemal Harden, BBS News.
A financial deal for the 118 megawatt Nikachu hydropower project was signed between the Thangka Hydro Energy Limited in Trongsa and a consortium of Indian banks. 12 agreements were signed for the deal worth 3.53 billion Ngutram.
The State Bank of India will be lending 2.5 billion rupee, while Exim Bank will lend 1.03 billion. Thangka Hydro Energy Limited is a 100% subsidiary company of Druk Green Power Corporation, and such a mechanism to implement hydropower project is first of its kind in the country.
This 3.5 billion that we are taking to be invested in the hydropower sector in Bhutan on the corporate guarantee that has been provided by Druk Green Power Corporation will be the first of its kind, and that SBI, Exim and other banks in India will open up their banks for future investments into the hydropower sector and other sectors in Bhutan.
The total project cost is expected to be 11.89 billion Newton, and it will be financed with debt-equity ratio of 65:35. This means about 7.73 billion Newton would be raised from loans and the remaining as DGPC's equity. Meanwhile, the road connectivity to the Nikachu hydropower project site is almost complete, and it is expected to start by the end of this month. The 4-year project will commission by July 2019. Sringdama Galson, BBS News.
Bhutanese men are happier than women, and GNH in the country is strongest in the urban compared to the rural areas. These were some of the findings from the second National GNH survey shared by the Prime Minister Tobge. The Prime Minister was speaking at the inauguration ceremony of International Conference on GNH in Paro.
Addressing participants from 48 nations at the International Conference on GNH, Prime Minister Tobge shared gross national happiness is an important alternative indicator of progress and well-being. He said that gross national happiness was what defines Bhutan as a nation. In his address, the Prime Minister also shared some of the research findings of the second National GNH survey. According to the survey conducted this year, men are happier than women and urban residents were happier than people in rural areas.
Overall, 91.2% of Bhutanese enjoy sufficiency in at least half the domains. Furthermore, 43.4% are moderately or deeply happy because they have sufficient achievements in 2/3 of the domains. Among groups, men are happier than women, and urban residents are happier than rural ones.
The Prime Minister said there was an overall increase in the GNH index, but said that a good growth rate for GNH was yet to be identified.
Looking back at 2010 for comparisons, we find that there has been a significant increase in GNH between 2010 and 2015, from 0.743 to 0.756. Is this fast or is it slow? We do not yet know. It is our first time to update, so we have nothing to compare it to. We are still learning what a good growth rate for GNH index is.
The 6th International Conference on GNH has over 500 international participants from across the globe. This is the third time Bhutan is hosting the conference. Compiled for Yishi Gelson in Poro, Singzam, BBS News.
The nation will observe a 3-day holiday from 9th till 11th November to celebrate the 60th birth anniversary of His Majesty the 4th Rukelpo. While preparations are in full swing across the country, our reporter finds out what's in the store for those in the capital.
The celebration will start on a religious note with the Drasal Henso conducting a 2-day kurim at the Tashi Chezon.
Zongi nanalo bedi berore dedele kurim gilerim.
The Shung Drasa will be conducting the ritual on 7th and 8th November in Zong for the long life of His Majesty the 4th Druk Kelpo. And we will also have recitation of Bazaguru Mani and offer Shabtin to His Majesty the 4th Druk Kelpo.
Tete ngachirigi mewa drugi jibigi shabti de susani gi chichoki lerim leshara tete be godin thapdi gi be du se shuni.
On the second day of the ritual, a thonde for public veneration will be unfurled at Tendetha. Also, Dojilebe from the Shundrasa will administer tsewang or blessings for long life. Entertainment programs will start from 9th and go on till 11th November. Volunteers and the Bhutan film industry will stage various cultural programs at the Clock Tower, the Shincholing Ground and Changjiji Playground.
In each identified location, we will stage various entertainment programs twice a day. The first will be from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. The other will be from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. There are 5 different groups comprising of singers, dancers, actors, actresses and comedians. We have Southern Bhutanese dances and also performances by those who are physically challenged.
Entertainment programs for the 3-day celebrations also include activities such as treasure hunt game, marathon for 60 years and above, karate demonstration and cycling among others. For Jambe Doji, Dojitema BBS News.
Coinciding with the descending day of Lord Buddha, Gyaltse Tenzin Rabge's Thongdral was consecrated at the Tashi Chodzong in Thimphu. The Thongdral is first of its kind in the country.
As tall as a 2-story building, the Thonde of Kesi Tenzin Rabge was consecrated by Doji Leve of the Shundra Sang. After the consecration, the Thondel was opened for public veneration and hundreds of devotees came to offer prayers and get blessed.
Just by the side of the Thongdral, one is believed to be liberated from their sufferings. So unfurling the Thongdral to the public has a lot of benefits. While viewing a Thongdral, there are people who know how to pray and there are those who do not. But like mentioned before, the sight of a Thongdral can help in liberation.
With donations from people, the Thondel was initiated by the former students of Thangka University of Buddhist Studies and it will be donated to the monastery. Worth 2.8 million Nutum, it took 2 years to complete the Thonde. Sringdama Gelson, BBS News.
Two students from Peljuling Higher Secondary School in Samchi won degree scholarships to NIIT University in India as part of Chipen Rigfel Digital Champ competition. They designed the best wave in the wave designing category. Similarly, Punakha Higher Secondary School, Dampu Lower Secondary School and Orong Higher Secondary School won in the other three categories of video story, photo story and PowerPoint presentation. While the winners of these categories were awarded a laptop each, the runners-up were given a smartphone each. 184 schools from across the country took part in the competition. The Chifen Rigfel Digital Champ is a computer-based content developed by students based on their skills and knowledge acquired through the Chifen Rigfel project in the last 5 years. For the first time, many new performances with religious significance were organized at 3-day-long Tsechu at Chödipung Lagang in Chumigyeok in Bumthang. One of them was Gesar Gabu Gicham, performed by the monks. The various performances were held to celebrate the 60th birth anniversary of His Majesty the Fourth Drukyalpo.
The Gesar Cham opens with the Chief of Army explaining about the bravery and wars fought by the Gesar Gyabo. Then enters Gesar Gyabo with all his army and presents a special performance, and the audience holds a flag which is carried by Gesar Gyabo during his battles. Gesar Gyabo is considered as the furious warlord, and Gesar Cham, with its origin in Tibet, has many parts such as Dense, Lengdro, Dichinremo and Dichinmo.
같이 기술 라라 게보 코르다 집이기데 막참 기날레데 같이 다참 동참 디참 세아니베 한발 레샤르 이 수준에 레데 같이 데둘 호밍기 게합디나로 뜻답디 오마디 테마진 같이 기술 게보 들로 같이 잡세 다 상당 섞임라서 피 디즈미기 막참당디수 같이 시수나서 버진 디나로 같이 게합디로 시디 중수비기 게바.
The devotees also witnessed many other rare and special performances such as Gesen Jicham, Khenlop Chesum and Jinchepe Macham for the first time. This is the first ever elaborate performances organized in a Tsechu at the Cheripung Lagang after major reconstruction in 2012. It will be performed annually from here on. Compiled for Komal Kharka, Sringdama Galsen, BBS News.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. Thank you for joining us and enjoy your holiday.